how can you as a leader make sure your data team has the right mix of skills and expertise? Or from your opinion, like, how could you have improved? Like, obviously, you've done good hires, so that's good. What went wrong with your bad hires?
You have to fire.
But what went wrong? Was it just bad, misled an interview, or
Someone just didn't see it coming.
yeah,
Just totally did not see it coming. And it's not until 3 months in, when you start working with a person, you go, what's happening? What's happening? Because sometimes this is going back to how somebody's book smart versus
yeah,
application smart, right? It's harder to identify who is not application smart up
mm,
front, because you can do the apply thing, you can do the critical thinking test, and they all sound right because they have had a lot of practice. This is very high level now, high level thinking. We're talking about hiring a pretty high level leadership. But then once you start working with the person, they don't connect the dots as fast as you thought they would. And the learning doesn't sink in. And then they don't apply. They always a bad hire. That hire is somebody you need to fire. But you want to give the person time. And that costs the company a lot of productivity, if you think about it. And an example I'm thinking about that costs a company probably 2 years of productivity, because there is the initial trial time. Okay. And because that happened during COVID, you have never been with a person in person. So you certainly don't want to write a person off, right? So you spend more time on top of it. And then once you are in person again and you validated your theory that it's actually indeed a bad hire, then you need to set up development plans for the person to meet. And that's always very confrontational because they disagree with you, and they see the writing on the wall, and it's just very unpleasant for a while, until ultimately, hopefully, you give enough notice, the person automatically leaves. So that will save you some time in terms of firing.
yeah. No, we get a lot, like, obviously you get people talk the talk, and then you got to
Walk
walk the
the
walk
walk.
as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
A lot of we discuss that a lot with our clients. So obviously that's the thing, especially for leadership roles as well. People we come across that so many clients say, "No, I want someone that can actually say they're going to say what they deliver, basically, or in that respect." So
Well, if you think about it, anyone can do really well for about 6 months, right? Because you can cover. It's not just about the data, the application smart. It's also about work ethics. Sometimes it's about work ethics and attitude. For example, if a person is not able to show up for an 8 o'clock meeting, right? The person usually can show up for 8 o'clock meetings consistently for about 6 months. And then after that, if the person started not showing up, or there will be problems that are happening, then that's more of a red flag. And it takes a while for those things to happen. It's like any relationship, if you think about it. It's like you have a honeymoon period.
yeah,
And
well, it's like it's the whole buzz, isn't it? Like when you change something, like when you go on holiday, you love the place. Like it's because it's something new. It's the same with a new job. You change job, you get a higher salary, maybe different responsibility, and you could be buzzing for three months, and then if it's not like something you're really passionate about, or so that's why I think a lot of companies you need to dig into what like people say. Yeah, say going back to insurance, like yeah, I like insurance, but you need to actually dig underneath. Like, why do you actually like that, or getting underneath the sort of them, because people can give you an answer, but there's always another answer below, in my opinion. Honestly, I think it's like
yeah,
the 5 whys. Yeah, go on.
I was just going to say that there are people who are really good at doing certain jobs. And very often that's all they are good for. And that is the hard one to figure out, is that, are they that kind of person? There's nothing wrong with being that kind of person. They just want to crank out the same data. They want to do the same BI reports. That's all fine. But then if you need them to change, to transform, to pivot with new things and to take it up to the next level, to change, let's say, to move the BI dashboard into something that's more automated, as an example, right?
Mm.
So that, depending on your expectations, if you just want somebody to just keep on churning out the same things, there are people for that, and they're very happy
Yeah.
doing it. And if you need somebody who can then think about how to automate and how to figure out how to automate, who to talk to automate, what other data should we acquire to enhance the report, and then automate that real time. Those are many different paths the person needs to be able to think through and understand, and adding in the softer side of networking internally, talking to different people and get people to like you so they help you with the automation project and agree with the automation project and actually use the automated report you are going to deliver to them versus just the same spreadsheet they've been using all their lives. All that requires a data person skills to deliver. So then the data becomes more than just data.
I think it's a lot of people don't understand what they're good at, in my opinion. Obviously, I was sort of working on my business, did a personality attitude test, and it come up. Funny enough, I don't like doing admin work, which I don't. So then, obviously, you can do. I think this is, if you did this, fit in most of your team members, find out what's their key strengths. There's personality tests out there. You can find out what's your buzz. And mine, I love just getting down with doing work, but not admin stuff side of things. So then, obviously, once you understand which is your strengths then you can delegate the stuff which you don't want to do. Because then there's other people out there that they love doing admin work. That's just their bread and butter. They just love. That's just what they get their buzz out of. And that's where I think a lot of businesses struggle, is doing these personality tests, right? Because that's where you undercover what your key strengths are, and if you can maximize that for each of your team members, you're going to excel.
That's going back to understand the psychology, the human psychology aspect, right? And that's a very good point, Ben, because it's not just about understanding the other person's psychology, but understand yours and be very honest with yourself, right? I would imagine that what you know now is not what you knew 10 years ago about yourself. And then there's that growth, there's that transformation, there's that understanding and self-awareness. And that better self-awareness tends to lead to being better person and better leader, and therefore hiring better teams. People do not lead companies, people lead managers. So having a strong team is having the right leadership, and having the right leadership is growing the individuals to be more self-aware. So what are you in terms of these psychological tests?
Sorry?
So what type are you?
I'd have to dig it out. I can't actually remember. I've got it in a document. I did it a couple of years ago, but it's just everything matches up with what you do. It's good. I'll try and dig it out, the actual name of the test as well. It's really, it just hit, everything was bang on. It's just, it's impressive, really. I think it's good. I think if a lot of people did that, you understand all the different skill gaps in your. But I bet so many companies don't utilize these sort of things.
There are free ones out there.
Yeah.
I am a big proponent for Myers-Briggs, the 16 personality types. And within it, I don't work for them. So I get no fee by saying this. The Myers-Briggs, it would actually tell you if your teammate is that other personality, and they are more likely to need this from you when you communicate with them. And they will focus on this instead. You actually know how to pivot your communication style based on who you are talking to. But I think I can actually summarize and make it a lot easier for anyone. When you're talking to people, just make sure that you are always focusing on what the conversation will bring value to the other person. Always think about what's in it for them, because that's where relationship can really happen and people will be open-minded to you. You want to come with an open heart, open mind, and contribute.